So why is it important with signal 6 to 8 car lengths back?
Oh, to give them people time to react.
Okay. And what could the consequences be for signalling late?
They might panic behind me and brake really hard and hit me or something.
That's it, yeah. What can be the consequences of signalling too early?
There could be a road beforehand.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, you mean way too early?
Yeah.
Oh, about 20 car lengths away.
Yeah.
Oh, they might think I'm stopping, mightn't they?
Yeah, they may do, yeah.
Yeah, I'd never do that.
Okay, so we've got a pedestrian up here, so we're just going to keep an eye on him. If he steps in the road, we're going to stop and let go. So check your mirrors first. No, carry on. We're only going to slow down and stop if he steps in the road.
Yeah.
If he's waiting on the side of the road, he can see you.
Oh.
So we're just going to carry on because we don't want to be overreacting. Okay, so we're looking out for these crossings. Can you see any crossings up ahead?
Oh, I see beacons.
So what are you going to check first?
On the mirrors.
What are you going to scan?
Both sides.
Can you see any pedestrians?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay,
Well, I
so-
see lots of pedestrians, but not on the crossing.
Right, there's no one walking towards it, so what we're going to do? We're going to carry on. We're going to carry on.
Slow right down.
No, we don't need to slow right down if there's
Alright.
nobody there. That's why we scan it, because we scan it for pedestrians.
That
If-
roundabout right.
You can turn right at the
All
roundabout.
the way around the roundabout back down the other side.
Oh. So we're going to scan the road for pedestrians. If there's no pedestrians about, and there's no one look like they're walking towards it, so check your mirror, scan. There's no one walking towards it, so we're going to carry on.
All right.
We only need to slow down because if we scanned it and we can see someone at the crossing or someone walking towards it, then we're going to slow down.
And we're going to turn left.
We're going to turn next turn on left.
Do you mean slow down or just...
Well, you can cover the brake.
Right.
If you're,
Yeah.
you can cover the brake will be enough.
Yeah.
Just cover the brake.
Yeah, because I felt that car behind me was giving me a dirty look.
Oh yeah, because we don't want to be slowing down too much.
Yeah.
We just need to slow down enough time to be able to scan the crossing for pedestrians.
Right. It's that overreacting thing, and I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, so we don't want to be slowing down too much because we can overreact. And that can be just as dangerous as overreacting as not slowing down. So
Yeah, my wife always says I overreact.
most men do, don't they? So we've got pedestrian up here, so we're just going to keep an eye. We're not going to speed up towards her, just in case she turns around and decides to run across the road. There's some of our mates over there.
And roundabout left.
Roundabout, we're going to turn left. So when you get a signal?
About 6 to 8 car lengths away. About now, isn't it?
That's it, good. Well done. Seems we've got the hang of those signals now, so I'm just going to leave you to deal with those on your own, and I'm just going to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, keep an eye on me because because I'm a bit dodgy with these crossings because I haven't done it before, have I?
No.
Busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Won't book a lesson this time again.
Saturday, everyone's going shopping.
No, you mean all women are going shopping?
Right, can we see we've got safe havens in the road, but we're going to carry on. So you need to check the mirrors. Scan up.
Yeah, those safe havens are really great big worry to me if there's nobody anywhere near them.
Yeah, if that's why we scan. So you check the mirror and scan the road, and you
Yeah,
can
but
see.
I can see them for miles ahead.
Oh, well, that's it. So you can see there's no way there's no one coming.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, where you've got trees, sometimes you have ramblers walking across in the countryside, and sometimes they come out.
But it is important not to overreact, isn't it?
It is important not to overreact, yeah. So because you've got a good view, that's important. That's why it's important to spot them early. So you can see one down the road, so check your mirror to see what's behind you.
Yeah, but I can
Then
see
you
right down the road, there's nobody on the street. Let's live for Christie's ever quick run.
It's still important that we don't speed up towards them because somebody could suddenly appear because you've got trees either side. You could have some kids suddenly appear from behind the trees, so we're not going to speed up towards them. So you ease off the gas as you approach because they may suddenly appear and just decide to run across the road because it's a Saturday, they're not at school.
Buggers haven't been at school for the last 2 weeks, have they?
No, they haven't. No. Why don't they go back?
remember that. I mustn't park it in them zigzags.
Yeah. What else mustn't you do in the zigzags?
Park to the side to go to the bank.
Yeah. And what else?
Is there something else?
You mustn't overtake.
What's something?
You mustn't overtake the leading motorised vehicle. Because if you start overtaking someone when you get to the zigzags, they could be waiting for people to cross.
All right.
Then you could run the people over on the crossing. The only thing you can overtake is a non-motorised vehicle. So if you see a bicycle, but they're not waiting at the crossing, they're cycling towards it, and you can see well past him, then you can overtake a bicycle. But you mustn't overtake the lead motorised vehicle or anyone waiting to.
You know when you got two lanes?
Yeah,
Because when I go shopping with my wife,
yeah.
we go
Yeah,
past Tesco's,
yeah.
and all the people in the left-hand lane are queuing up for Tesco's, and there's a crossing just beforehand.
Yeah, well that.
I have to sit back and wait because it takes ages to get to Tesco's.
No, but what you're doing in that situation, you spotted it early, so you check your mirrors and you reduce your speed because you can't see very good. So you reduce it so you can see if the crossing's clear.
Yeah.
You just carry on. Just reduce it to the appropriate speed so that you can see. So as soon as you can see the crossing's clear, you can carry on. But then if there is somebody on the crossing, then obviously you give way to them. But if you're in the queue, the Tesco queue, and you're queuing, and you come to the zebra crossing, you must make sure that you don't queue on the crossing. You must wait before the crossing.
Yeah, the
And
turning into Tesco's is just before the crossing.
Oh, just before it.
It's a really busy shop.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And we always go to Aldi because it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, so do I. I've got a crossing there, so check your mirrors. Scan. Looking ahead down this road, what can you see up ahead?
I see traffic lights.
Yeah. So we've got safe havens in the traffic lights, so what might we have?
Pedestrian.
Yeah, so what are you going to check?
Where is it?
And where are you going to scan?
Both sides.
So can you see any pedestrians about?
No,
Okay.
not one inside.
There's someone over there walking his dog. Got some more pedestrians there.
Yeah, he'd have to be really quick to get to me there. The lights haven't changed, haven't they?
You never know, you might let the dog drop the dog lead and the dog might run off and you might chase him.
Yeah, I can't see the dog waiting at the safe haven, though, can you?
No, not unless he's unbelievably clever.
Tell you what I have seen though, which is quite clever, is these guide dogs. And when they come up to the pedestrian lights,
Yeah.
the dog actually jumps up and hits the button.
Do they?
Yeah, it doesn't always get the first time, but no, seriously, I have actually seen that. Yeah, because they're trained guide dogs in
That's
this
good,
area.
isn't it? They're clever, aren't they? The dogs,
Yeah.
what they can do.
He doesn't always get it first time, but he nearly always gets the second time.
There's a place at Chigwell, not far from me, where they train the guide dogs. Sometimes you see them out walking them.
Yeah,
I've never seen them do that though.
I've seen around there quite a bit.
Have you?
Yeah, it must. Yeah,
You must have a centre around here where they train.
yeah. It's not easy for a dog to actually hit that little button, is it?
No. No, it's clever what they can do.
Very.
Right, looking well ahead down the road, can you see you've got some pedestrians on the right hand side? They've just crossed the road.
Yeah.
So maybe a park or something over there. So as we go over the lights, we're just going to keep an eye out for pedestrians in case there's any more classes that want to cross. So if we see any, what's the first thing you're going to check?
Oh, I'll check the mirrors, isn't it?
Okay, and then what are you going to do with your speed?
I'm not going to over exaggerate. I'm just going to keep my speed as normal.
Okay,
But I won't speed up.
that's it, good. If you see them waiting to cross, what are you going to do?
Well, again, if I overreact, I might as well wave them across, mightn't I?
Yeah, so we're just going to carry on if they're waiting. Only if they, what if they've set their foot, put their foot in the road, what are you going to do then?
I suppose they have to stop them, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Always make sure, as soon as we spot these pedestrians, always make sure that we check that mirror.
Yeah. Loads of them, isn't there?
Yeah. So if we keep an eye on them, just look, see their body language. They don't look like they want to cross.
Yeah.
We're just going to carry on. You going to St Albans?
Yeah.
I know why you're going there.
Why is that?
All those bloody pedestrian crossings.
No?
All those bloody pedestrian crossings that are there.
No, there you go. It's not a pedestrian crossing, really. It's bloody cars that keep trying to hit us. Next left and left again.
Right, we're going to take the next left and the left again. So we're just going to keep an eye on this man. So check your mirror, see what's behind you.
Yeah, if you want a wire man, you do it in your own time, yeah?
What? What?
If you want a wire man, do it in your own time. I'm paying you £40 an hour for this.
You may suddenly run across the road.
You wish. And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to take the next turn on the right. So we're looking out for these pedestrians and any crossings. So what's the first thing you're going to check as soon as you see a crossing?
Mirrors.
Okay. So what are you going to check now?
I'll see a cross man that bit.
What are you going to check? Are you going to scan?
Crossing.
Okay, is anyone there?
I can tell them when he's pressed the button because there's no lights lighted up, is
That's
there?
it, yeah. Do you know what that sort of crossing that one was?
That was one of those pelicans.
That's it.
The old style boxes, isn't it?
Yeah. So what sort of light does that have?
Flashing amber.
Remind me again what that means, a flashing amber?
If the cross is clear, I can go, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got some safe havens. So what are you
And we're
going
going to turn right.
to take the next turn on the right? So we're looking as we enter this new road for any pedestrians or any crossings. I want you to tell me if you see any pedestrians.
I'll see two down the road
So
there.
what are you going to check first?
The bum one.
Check your mirror.
Alright. You did ask, didn't you?
Right, so I want you to tell me if you see any pedestrian crossings.
Oh yeah, see those beacons at the top of that car?
So what are you going to do next?
I'll check my mirrors
And what you can do after
and
that?
scan.
Okay. Good. Right. Tell me when you can see any other pedestrian crossings. Or anyone that looks like they may want to cross.
Lights right.
Turn right at the lights. See, although these are normal traffic lights, they've still got the yellow boxes on.
Yeah.
So we've still got to keep an eye out for the pedestrians.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they try and beat the lights and they will just suddenly run across the road. So we still need to be scanning for any pedestrians that are about.
Yeah, Bob says that old martini thing, innit?
Yeah, anytime, anywhere.
Get it right.
Was it?
Anytime, any place, anywhere.
Well, I was nearly there. Nearly.
Yeah.
So I don't remember it as well as you do. See, that's.
I did tell you, it was Bob told me about it. On your bike, woman.
Right, so we're looking out for these pedestrians.
You know I get the sarcasm for nothing at home without actually coming out here and paying you for it.
Right, so looking out for these pedestrians.
There's no pedestrians.
Crossings. You've probably got a few up there. There may be some.
They'd have to be Libra Christie with a rock up the backside there, wouldn't they?
Well, you never know. She
Yeah,
could
we're going to turn left.
suddenly let go of the wheelchair. So you could roll.
If she does, it's going to be touchy, I'm afraid. Yeah, you're not going to stop at that distance. Have you seen the size of that hill there?
Well, see, if she lets go of the wheelchair, it could suddenly roll down and roll into the path, couldn't it? So
Yeah,
you get 50 points for that.
Even Lewis Hamilton would be able to stop at that one, would he?
Right, so
And lights left.
let's have a look at the lights. So we're looking out for these pedestrians. Got a lot of parked cars here, people getting in and out of their cars, so need to keep an eye.
Right, I'm gonna stop on the left here.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a tight gap into it.
Sorry?
It's gonna be a tight old gap into it.
There's someone coming out up there.
Yeah. The roadblocks ahead.
I think it's just the traffic lights. It's just the sheer weight of traffic, I think. Breathe in.
Right?
Breathe in.
Getting in there before somebody else nicked it. They're like gold dust in this area. I am relaxed. How'd that go?
Yeah, I completely forgot about the signals when we first started. So. It's only because you signalled around that car you reminded me.
Yeah, you did let the signals go a bit.
Yeah.
I took, I think about 3 turnings and I was indicating about 1 car length away, yeah?
Yeah, I did notice,
Yeah, so get in there and nail that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some of it was very good, some was very reactive. I had to give you lifelines on the beckoning, didn't I?
Yeah.
I had to kind of give you lifelines on the zigzags as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
Remember, Allison, what you say on the brief, as soon as I start that engine, is out the window, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, so don't expect me to remember anything on that brief, yeah?
Yeah.
It's when them wheels start rolling, that's when the education's got to take place. The brief's only to set you up, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just a little bit reactive. Yeah, and you would have passed, no problem with that, yeah?
Yeah.
But you would have passed a higher score if you'd been more proactive, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was phase 1. The error shouldn't really be happening, really, should they?
No.
You should have been on top of me straight away with those signals, yeah?
Yeah.
I think you were thinking back to the brief and, you know, because I gave you reasonably right answers regarding the signals on the brief, you thought I'm going to do all right in the move. It's not going to be the case, is it?
No.
Yeah, there was a little bit over exaggerating about the safe havens, wasn't it?
Right,
Yeah. If you over exaggerate too much, every safe haven he comes up to, he's going to be practically coming to a stop. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's any pedestrian in the vicinity yet. But I mean, we were talking about safe havens on a major road there where I could see, you know, halfway up to London.
Yeah.
And there's nobody anywhere near them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't go banging on him with them too much. You have mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's any pedestrians near them.
Yeah.
And the same way, if pedestrians are not a problem to me, don't have to worry about them too much, because we're real people. Then they might be encouraged to overreact, yeah.
Yeah.
And he is going to overreact at some of the crossings if it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
And he's going to expect you to recognise that and say, no, come on, you don't need to slow down that much. Yeah, that's been ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be a little bit careful about the way you tell them to react to a crossing, yeah?
Yeah.
Check the mirrors, scan, yeah, on some occasions cover the brake, but it's very important not to overreact.
Right, yeah.
Because if I overreact, then there's not only the danger from behind, but there's also the dangers that the pedestrians might think that if they are approaching the crossing, that I'm actually letting them cross, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't have let me beckon that pedestrian across. That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
How could you have stopped that happening?
Told you not to beckon in the first place.
Yeah. Even mentioned it before we actually came to the situation where the pedestrian was standing there, yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously I knew it was safe to beckon there, but I would have done it otherwise. But I couldn't resist it because you hadn't mentioned it.
Yeah.
And as soon as you saw the pedestrian, I thought, I'll give you a second because you're going to mention it now, aren't you? Because he was getting closer and closer. You mentioned bloody safe havens every other time, didn't you? And he was actually getting to the safe haven, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was actually at the safe haven, so I slowed down a little bit more, thinking I'll just give him another couple of seconds to get there.
Yeah.
And she's going to mention it now because you've been banging on about bloody safe havens. And I thought you didn't mention it. I had a quick look at the mirror, there was nobody behind me, so. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you reacted to it,
Yeah.
you know, so you are going to pass, yeah? But you're going to get a higher score if you're proactive, yeah?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll try you to do a bit of coffee. Yeah, I mean, there was some really, really good stuff in there. Really good stuff in there. Yeah, there was just one occasion where you said check the mirrors and I didn't check and we didn't spot it. That was only once. Every other time you went, come on, check. And yeah, you know, you're quite right about not accelerating. The reasons for not accelerating, whatever, quite right. If somebody runs out of an alleyway, a child runs out of an alleyway, or even out of a house, onto a zebra crossing, he might not pause, money. Yeah?
Yeah. So,
Go ahead.
you know we check the mirror.
Yeah.
Do you get them to check the right mirror as well? Because you know you say you always check mirrors in pairs. Because it's normally just this one, isn't it? We check the approaching the pedestrian, or.
Yeah, it's really important to check that one for distance and speed. You know, some instructors do say check the right one as well. And that'd be mainly if anybody's overtaken. There's not really a lot you can do if they are overtaken, to be honest with you. And that's why I don't make a big emphasis on it, really, because if somebody's going to overtake me when I'm actually coming to a stop at a crossing, I'm going to stop at the crossing anyway if the pedestrian's on the crossing, yeah?
Yeah.
So there's not really a lot I can do, really. I haven't got time at that stage to get my window down and get my hand out the window, give an arm signal.
No. So we just make him check the middle mirror then. Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to.
And you know,
clarify.
I didn't ask you to cover arm signals today. Would it not be an idea still to mention them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I haven't asked you to, they get me to use them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would give you a lifeline that, but. And again, it would be a great big problem if you didn't mention it, but, you know, it's good detail, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, Tony, if that mansion you live in is right next to the end of the road just before you come to a major road, and you're going to turn right into your mansion, and you're waiting for your electric gates to open, you haven't been in my mansion, have you? Yeah, the people behind may think you're actually going to turn right at the junction, which is only about another 10 feet away.
Yeah.
But if you've got your hand out... Yeah, if you've got your hand out the window and you're giving the right hand signal, it's not something they see every day, and it's breaking up the line of the car anyway. It breaks up the shape of the car, doesn't it? So they're probably going to think, maybe he's not going to the end of the road. Maybe he's going to turn into that driveway. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So little things like that is what's going to push your score up, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that extra detail, isn't it? What does Blaine say?
Devil's in the detail.
Exactly. Right, get that, Pops.